How's it going, everybody? Take a look at what we got here. This is that custom bench that I had been working on in the prior episodes. What do you think? Think I left enough room on the sides? Just barely, maybe like a half an inch, but that was based on design. So you see the red carpet at the bottom. That was the same type of carpet that I pulled that's also going to be used on the floor. Now you notice I haven't put any carpet on the flooring yet. That's because I don't plan on putting any carpet underneath the bench. Doing so may compromise the marine grade plywood over time. So I'm not interested in doing that. I will take and put marine grade carpet, if you would, which is just a little bit different backing than your traditional carpet. But I'm going to use that and I'm going to butt it up right under the bottom here. This way we don't have to worry about issues where the plywood down here is just sitting on a sponge. Now I am going to use angle iron made out of aluminum and stainless steel screw fasteners to hold this bench into place. Alright. Notice as well, I haven't secured it yet because I didn't know exactly how this was going to sit into place. But if you ever need to get access to all your fuel lines, congratulations, you have access to that. Let me show you what else I got here behind this bench. You can see this is where it's an engine cover, but it also doubles as a spot to lay out on the sun, or in the sun if you like. Let me show you how this works. Alright, we'll be super careful because number one, I don't have a pull strap here yet. So we're going to get to opening this just by putting a finger under here and lift it up. Take a look. So you see the hinge is bent a little bit on the side over there in the video. It got a little blurry there, apologize. But take a look. This is kind of what we're working with in terms of the hinge system. This is the original that came with the boat, so didn't try to reinvent the wheel by any means. Now I do have these type of stainless steel screws in. It didn't seem adequate, so I'm actually going to change that up, but I was just mocking everything up back here to make sure everything looks good. So it does. Take a look in here. Now, right now it is actually touching this fuel line, and I'm not exactly happy about that. I'm going to do a few different things to either pull this back, because I really don't want this in contact with the carpet. Probably not a good idea, but it won't flex over time because I'm going to, number one, have it secured, and then I'm going to take this bench and put it into place. Alright, so you can see now this is some of our engine compartment areas over here. You've seen my prior videos. We got extra room, so if you want to put a cooler back here, there's plenty of room to do so. Also notice how you just have the Kevlar exposed back here. I did that on purpose. I know on some of these newer boats, you know, it's all about presentation and whatnot. But this area, in all fairness, is all about function. There's going to be oil as you're changing things, and the potential for a lot of mess and mildew forming back here. And plus, I'm going to be honest, I said this early on, I love the look of the Kevlar, and I want people to know that this boat is strong as I take them on little trips here. So I'm going to probably pull this cover up periodically and show them the Kevlar that's underneath here and all the hard work that we put forward. You also see here the shift cable, or this is a throttle cable, isn't installed yet. It's on my to-do list, I promise. We're not going to start it up without it. I don't think it will start up without it because I got to prime it up. So anyway, what we're going to do to kick things off is I'm going to go ahead and put the different stainless steel screws all along the sides, and then stepping back, we're going to go ahead and cut the aluminum angle iron to fasten this bench into place. Now notice it actually has a ledge behind the bench. Now we don't have any strap. I'm gonna put a piece of vinyl right here so you'll be able to lift it up, and I'm also likely going to be using a magnet. I'm probably going to go with like a 50-pound magnet to start off with. See the ledge that we built in here? I am going to put a piece of foam or something, because I know over time with vibration and whatnot that it's likely that this vinyl is going to crack along this edge. So I'm going to go ahead and put something in there just preemptively so it doesn't ruin it. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and get started on this. We'll add those screws and we'll move forward to getting these two pieces permanently attached here. So take a look here. All right, how about that? A little dirty, but it's going to look nice. All right, what do you think? Use the larger head stainless steel screws to secure this in place. I think it came out pretty good. You can see this is obviously 3-inch foam, marine grade plywood. Can't talk today. So I expect this to last quite some time. Some people may say, why don't you have holes in there? Not really worried about it. I have holes in the bench seat down here, this one, but not the one up here. So any comments on that, let me know. Let me know how you feel about that. But so this is pretty good. Hinges is completely stable. What we're going to do now is I'm going to likely run some pieces of aluminum on this side, thinking about it, just so if I ever have to pull the bench out, I don't necessarily have to take the engine cover off. Because right now, if you don't have this little ledge to sit on, this thing will just flop down and maybe break something. So I'm likely going to secure some not stainless, but aluminum angle iron right here. So if for whatever reason, you know, the bench needs to come out, but not the engine cover, we've got something to handle that. Okay, so for this next part, obviously we need to figure out a permanent way to secure this base to the floor. And if you notice, there's not enough room in the front to get a electric screwdriver, a drill in between there. So what we're going to use is we're going to anchor off these center stringers here. And what I've got for that are these pieces of aluminum. I've already pre-drilled them. And as you're aware, the floor, the plywood is 3/4 inch thick, and then we have a layer of Kevlar and so on and so forth there. So the goal obviously is to get into the marine grade plywood but not go through it. So in some ways you could use 1 inch if you like, but I've got enough holes in this per side, 5, to feel pretty confident that this is going to stay in place. So let me show you what I got going on here. Alright, so we're going to secure it against there, and then obviously I'm going to run a bead of marine grade caulking underneath it before we do so this stays into place. But that's essentially what we're going to be gaining here, is the ability for this thing to kind of stay put and not move all over the place. So we'll start with 3 1-foot sections of aluminum centered up. We'll start with that and see how it looks. If it ends up being the case where this is you know, strong enough, I'm gonna, after I install it all, I'm gonna wiggle it real good and see how sturdy it is. If it's not very sturdy, obviously we're gonna have to go back and add some more of this, but this will be a good starting point to kick things off. So let's go ahead, get some marine grade caulking, apply it along this edge. I gotta clean up this carpet here where I had to cut some of it out. Secure it in place, and hopefully everything turns out good. Okay, so you can see here I've got the marine grade adhesive underneath it. It's basically covering the bolts. Now it'll squeeze out. Now we're gonna go ahead and center this the best we can. About right there. Alright, let's go ahead and squeeze it down. And you see how it kind of seeps out? I'll clean up a little bit of that, but I actually kind of like it. It does act as both an adhesive and a way to bond this together. So I will keep that. So I'll keep that for right now as it is. But now I'm going to take some 3/4 inch stainless steel screws and secure them along this edge. All right, let's take a look what we got here. Now you notice a lot of the marine adhesive kind of squeezed out along the edges and where the screws are. Not really too worried about that. That's extra sealant. Get towards the center. And also really good connection as well. Last but not least, our left side. Let's go ahead and give it a good shake here. Yeah, I'll tell you what, I'm good with that. I am definitely good with that. That is a good, sturdy connection between these 3 pieces of 1-foot aluminum with, looks like, what do we got? 10 stainless steel screws on each side. So yeah, came out pretty good. I'm happy with that. I was originally going to put them over here on the far side, but I'm kind of glad I didn't. So that's going to be that piece there. Let's go work on the top of the engine cover at this point. I want to show you what some plans are that I have for that. All right, so now as we focus in on the top cover, you're going to see that little pull tab I have there. One nice white seat here. Now it's going to be kind of tough to get this thing lifted up because I kind of designed it to be lifted up with 2 hands. So what I'll do very carefully is see if I can grab a hold of this. There you go. What do you see there? I got some magnets. So these are 2 50-pound magnets that I put in here. My goal is to try to create, like I said, just one seamless top engine cover / cushion. And I was thinking, you know, I want to give these magnets a try. And they seem to hold pretty good. In order to get this engine cover up, you do need you need 2 hands really to pull up on it. And it does come up pretty good. One of the things I'm going to do later on, probably in the next week or so, is I'm going to cover this with some sort of fabric of some type. So it just makes it a little bit cleaner if you ever do have to open this up. You can see right there I put a little piece of wood underneath the metal bracket to kind of raise it up because the pitch is a little off, as I found. And I'm also going to clean this up a little bit too. This is just kind of my test pull, so I was able to get the engine cover back up. And same thing there, I cleaned that up. But you can see this is the actual engine pull from the original one. I'm going to have this remade and have a nice new vinyl one. This one's old and cracked, but I needed something so I could raise this thing up. So that is pretty much it, as you all can see. Now watch as I lower it down. Yeah, you can hear the magnet click. And that is it. Engine cover / cushion installed, looking good. This is all custom made. I had a upholstery shop do the piping along the sides, and I supplied the vinyl and the foam, obviously, and then the marine grade plywood. So that was all me, but they actually did the upholstery work. I think they did a fabulous job. As always, I hope you liked the video. If you got any questions as we move closer towards getting this thing started, don't forget to hit that like button too. We'll catch you up on the next episode. Have a good one, everybody.